All right, trying this again because the last one that I recorded apparently did not have audio, so isn't that great? Plus, this gave me an opportunity to fix it so that you folks can actually hear the audio without me holding my headphones up to the mic. So, great. All right, let's hit it. So, this is how you would assemble an animatic in Harmony. An animatic is where you have the audio aligned with the different storyboards that you've made for your scene to sort of get an idea of the pacing and what will be on screen at what times and stuff like that. So another aspect of our pre-production process. So for starters, we are going to go ahead and import, since these were made externally. I will be bringing in this set of storyboards. Shouts out to Maddie. And we're going to bring these in. Hit OK. So I don't need to actually mess with the scale of this because we actually need to move the camera for what we're doing today. So I literally just imported this. I don't need this drawing layer, so I'm going to get rid of it. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my audio. Full Arcane scene. Now, my Arcane scene is, if we look at this, 24 seconds.
The hell's your problem?
So 24 seconds. So 24 seconds times 24 frames in a second. So our document should be, our length of our scene should be 576. So under scene, 576. Hit OK. And so you can see the audio goes. And then boom, goes all the way to the end. Okay. So now you can see the exposure of the storyboard's only to 60, so we need to make sure the storyboard shows the whole time. Extend exposure. Okay. And then, like I said, the main thing that we're worried about on this today is using our camera. So we're going to need to make a camera. So +, camera. And then, as we know, when we want to make motion happen, we need to have a peg to drive that motion. So we're going to put our camera in the passenger seat and our camera peg in the driver's seat. And now we got to line up this camera with the different pictures on the storyboard. So the main issue is I need to move the camera closer to the paper, metaphorically speaking, to make it fill the screen. So I got to do that by swapping to compositing. And then it'll load, and then boom. So I think this is the one. Nope. There we go. Excuse me. So on my top view in this, that's what we need here. We need to see our top view tab. I closed the, you folks probably won't have that, but I have the node view in here because I'm in the premium version. And then my just straight on what my camera view is. So first, I'm going to go ahead and move this in. You can see, right? I'm on frame 1. Push it in, get close. If I zoom out, you can see the yellow box is my camera. So I'll center this as best as I can approximate it. And then I'll push in. And there we have it. So now, as we go, we're going to set a different type of keyframe than we would normally do, which is stop motion keyframes. We're just setting where the camera should be at certain points in time. It doesn't need to move in between those points in time, though. We want it to stay put until the next keyframe is placed down, right? Because if I go and make motion here, if I move this over, say at frame 20 to here, you're going to see this little black bar show up, and what that means is that it's going to slide the camera across in between those keyframes. So I don't want that to happen, right? So I'm going to undo this. And what I'm going to do is with this keyframe selected on the timeline, I hit this flat says set stop motion keyframe. It's also keyboard shortcut Command L, but I'm going to keep clicking the button so you folks can see when I'm doing it. So we have, oh, I need to use my headphones. You guys are going to get blasted. So, pardon me. Okay, so we have him saying, the hell's your problem, right?
The hell's your problem?
And this is where I'd point out, make sure you have audio enabled on the timeline. This is for audio when it plays. This is for what we call scrubbing audio when I'm going back and forth in the timeline.
The problem.
And then he says, what's that? Which I believe should
What's
be
that?
this. So here is where I should jump. And I'm just dragging this across. I don't really need this anymore. So if I really wanted to, I could also, whoops, condense this as well. All right, so again, I want to set a stop motion keyframe there. So I want to make sure it's do that.
What's that?
Another list with my name on it. So we'll move that there, like 99.
Another list with my name on it.
Actually, yes.
So that's where he says, actually, yes.
Actually, yes.
So
Actually,
I'm going to do it in the middle because I'm crazy like that. Right? Boom. Oh, see? Stop motion keyframe. So if you see those lines show up, that you want to make sure they go away. So set a stop motion keyframe. So only because you signed your notes.
but don't put in your notes.
So 250. I'll bring it down. And this is the hardest part of this. Lining these boxes up. Boom.
Every page, my
Signed every page, I might add.
every page I add.
And then here's where. So we're at what, 290? So let me make sure this is stop motion. Boom. And here's where Victor razzes him.
Little egotistical, don't you think? Look at this.
And boom, I'll move this over here. I think I forgot to, forgot to set my stop motion. Stop motion, stop motion.
Egotistical, don't you think? Egotistical.
I guess it's further back here. So I'll just click and drag. I'm going to move this to here.
Egotistical, don't you think?
Is that what you said?
So here's where it cuts to Jace. So again, we'll go over here, right?
Is that why you came? To insult me?
So like right here is where he boom. Again, see, I'm not perfect. Never claim to be, never will claim to be.
To insult me?
And then
To insult me?
here's where it's holding on Victor. Set my stop motion keyframe.
No.
So here is where he starts exclaiming.
No, I was. No, I was. Well,
And there we have it. And now if I were to go back and play this, you can see how the playhead just snapped for me. Something like this.
The hell's your problem? What's that? Another list with my name on it?
actually, yes. But only because you signed your notes. Every page, I might add. A little egotistical, don't you think?
Is that why you came? To insult me?
No, no, I was intrigued by what you said at the trial.
And there you have it, folks. That's how you would construct an animatic. Once you're all done, file, export, movie, rename it, browse, and here's where I will include my name, and we're gonna make sure we name this correctly. Arcane Animatic, and desktop's good. So with the file format, the first time that you do this, or if you're in the lab, every time that you do it, it will prompt you to install the H.264 codec and after you hit OK. So that's always fine. You can just say yes to that if it ever pops up. Export range, you always want to double check. Typically all is fine. So all is the right way. But if you need to make sure you cut frames off for like the beginning or the end, if you had some like dead space, which I think some people mentioned, this is where you could do that, where you can cut off frames at the beginning or the end, so you don't have dead space. And then you just hit OK. Bing, bang, boom. And there you have it with your animatic, folks. So thanks for watching.